everyone, and welcome back to the Diary of an Endodontist. It's always tricky to know whether we can save a tooth that is cracked or not. It's difficult to understand where that crack goes to. Sometimes it's visible, like in this case, where you can see a mesial-distal crack all the way across the occlusal surface of the tooth, the second premolar. But sometimes you don't know where the crack is, just the symptoms from the patient, or when you see where the crack is, you don't know where it goes to. And that's the main thing, because you take an X-ray and there is not much that tells you in the two-dimensional X-ray. You check the bone level, there is a little bit of bone loss horizontally, but it's quite generalized horizontal loss. Apical radiolucency in that case, and there's no filling. If there is an apical radiolucency and there is no filling, you expect that crack to have already reached the pulp chamber. The problem is, has it reached the pulp floor? Has it gone vertically into the root? How far into the root that crack is? The best thing to do is to take a scan so you can see the bone levels in three-dimensional. The first sign, if you are losing bone cervically, it will go like in a chamfer like that. It will be a vertical bone loss, and that means that there is a chance that that crack is a bit deeper than you expect. It doesn't prove that the crack is there. The only way that will prove the crack is across completely is if you have radiolucency in both sides, meaning that it could be across, but or in that view, for example. But if you don't, then you expect the crack to be deep because there is no restoration, there is apical radiolucency, but you don't know. In that scenario, the best thing to do is to offer the option to your patient. So you can say, you can have the tooth taken out, extracted, if you prefer, but if you want to explore it further and try to save the tooth, we can open up under the microscope and see if there is any chance that we can save that tooth. And the way I say to the patient is, it depends on where the crack is. If the crack is superficial or to the way that I can incorporate in the crown, then there is a risk still, but it's more predictable and there is a better chance of success. If the crack travels further into the root, then the prognosis is guarded. We can still try it, depending on if there is a separation or not, but it will be a bit more, the prognosis will be quite compromised. If the patient is on board with that, we access the tooth and we started removing the crack. So as you can see here, the crack is still visible, faded, but it's still visible. So then I try to drill a little bit deeper. I normally adapt the matrix because it's easier for you to get the soft tissues apart and just go slowly drilling without any bleeding. If you can do that, if it's going to subgingivally, then perhaps you need to first of all remove the whole thing and then adapt the matrix. So whatever is easier. But once I get to the situation that I cannot see that crack traveling across, it's a bit more faded, it's getting less evident, I could discontinue that crack, then that's when I say that is the time that I will go and do the root canal treatment. But before I do the root canal treatment, I will then reconstruct that tooth. When we reconstruct that tooth, we build the composite first. Why? Because I don't want to start using the sodium hypochlorite because it can compromise my bonding. So it's better for you to build the walls and secure that tooth, and then you can proceed with the root canal treatment and do the whole disinfection protocol, preparation, disinfection, and obturation. And as you can see, you don't need to leave a big surface or access for you to work because it's just for you to locate the canals and that's it. So you can build a whole tooth and leave just a space for your canal treatment. And when you obturate, the best thing to do is obturate a little bit deeper into the canal. You leave the access for you to put the composite plug, and that will reinforce the whole core. And that's exactly what we did. As you can see, The filling is here, the composite filling. That's how much how deep the crack was. But the composite is going a lot deeper, about 2 to 3 millimeters deeper, for you to reinforce that core. And that is important because once the dentist prepares that for a crown, then it's all secure and safe. There is enough tooth structure. It didn't need any post or anything like that. I hope it got a little bit easier for you to understand when you can save a tooth or not. And also, next time you face that crack that goes in the occlusal surface, don't just refer the patient to have the tooth extracted. Try to see if the patient is on board for you to explore it further, because there are several cases that we can save the tooth. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.